Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny Finesse. Welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing today? We are reacting to another carwow video, another drag race, Porsche 911, AMG GT, Aston Martin Vantage, and an M8. If you're new to the channel and haven't subbed yet, make sure you hit the sub button, man. We're on the road to 1,300 subs. We're almost halfway there. Thank you to everybody that hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It's gonna go a long way. And thank you to everybody that has clicked on the video. You could have clicked on any other video on YouTube. Millions of videos come out every day, but you clicked mine, and I appreciate that. I should have ended the video. With that being said, let's get into it. Make sure you hit the like button too, subscribe.
GTS or an AMG GT63 or an AMG Vantage or a BMW M8 competition. Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to compare them in a wide range of tests.
Which one you think gonna win, chat?
Like a caretaker. Oh, listen to that. I think we'll just cut this.
Are they not drag racing it?
Whoa! Whoa!
Aston Martins look so cool, but they devalue so fast. Just like a Bentley.
Let's start this video by
it looks so good, but they just die
so,
fast. I
these
don't
are the
know.
recommended retail prices of each of the cars.
Wait,
However,
wait.
you can
Come on.
prices. So these are the recommended retail.
Aston Martin, the most expensive one and the one that nobody wants. That's why they devalue so fast. Wow, who's paying this when you can get this? Who's paying this when you can get that? And nobody don't really want this for real. So if nobody don't really want this for real, why you think niggas gonna get this? Think about it. You really gotta be you really gotta like Aston Martin to get this.
Prices of each of the cars. However, you can save this much off the BMW through carwow. So it does seem like a bit of a bargain, doesn't it? However, if
it's the oldest one out of all of them,
you can also do that through carwow. If you want to check out the latest lease deals, just click on the pop-out banner or scan the QR code on screen now to head to carwow. There's also a link in the description.
What's that called? Car up ahead, that old car.
BMW has a 4.4 litre twin-turbo V8, 625 horsepower, 750 newton meters of torque, driving all four wheels, or an 8-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. The Aston Martin has a 4 litre twin-turbo, hand-built and great. No, this is a German engine, it's an AMG engine. Anyway, it's got 665 horsepower and 800 newton meters of torque, driving the rear wheels.
Damn, so it's not really that good.
Speed automatic gearbox with a torque converter. The mercedes-amg.
So the M8 is faster than that, no?
Twin turbo V8, which is handcrafted in Germany. This one has 585 horsepower and 800 newton meters of torque, and a 9-speed multi-clutch automatic gearbox with launch control. The Porsche has a 3.6 litre turbocharged flat six, mated to an electric motor, an 8-speed automatic gearbox, an electric turbocharger, clever hybrid system. There's something really interesting about this car though. So if I remove this panel,
you see the electric battery,
you will see that the battery pack for the turbocharger and the hybrid system is made by Rimac in Croatia. Anyway, let's compare.
They're gonna put it back the right way.
From 0 to 60 miles an hour and over the standing quarter mile.
If you love something, hold it close until a newer, better.
First up, Porsche.
Porsche be winning a lot. If it has active aero, it's gonna win, bro. But we doing it one at a time because you by yourself. That's tough.
What's the quarter mile? 10.79. This thing is a rapido. BMW.
All-wheel drive.
What we're going to do, 0 to 63.25. The quarter mile is 11.06. Well, it's blooming fast, but not quite fast enough. Okay, AMG GT.
AMG,
let's go.
This looked the best. I ain't gonna lie, this is the best looking car. This is the best looking car.
3.04. Come on. What's you gonna do?
11.17.
Aston Martin. Oh, not a bad launch. Come on. 3.55 to 60. What's the quarter mile? Whoa. 11.30. I tell you what, not bad for
Damn, I
rear
got
wheel
the
drive.
bathroom, son. Damn.
Let's compare the sounds of these cars. Start with the M8. Go on, fire it up. Let's have some revs. It's all right. Now for the Aston Martin.
That ain't bad. It's got burbos to it too and everything.
Yeah, I think that's better. Right, now for the real AMG rather than the British. Is that sport mode?
Joint is deep, bro, like a muscle car.
That's
After the
sport
revs, I'm
mode.
using the
That's
bathroom.
better.
I'm gonna cut that part out.
That's the best
Shit.
so
'Cause
far.
I really
Now
need it,
let's have a
bro.
listen to
I really
the
need it.
Porsche. Oh,
It's the clearest one.
sounds like
That's
a
straight
vacuum
6.
cleaner. Do the old launch control thingy.
It was alright.
Yeah. Cut it. I think it's a win for the AMG. Well, the AMG rather than the AMG Vantage. I'm going to rank.
Alright. 12-minute mark. That's perfect. I take that. 12-minute. I take that.
Rank these cars in terms of their
I take that
exterior
12-minute
design.
mark. I
In
take
last
it.
place, the BMW. I
Take
like
it.
the side profile, I like the rear end, but the front just really doesn't do anything for me.
One looks big as
In
hell.
third place is the Porsche 911, and a bit like the BMW, I like the rear end, especially the new tailpipes on the GTS model. I like the side profile, but the front of this new GTS with the new
Looks
kind
weak.
of like vents in
weak.
the grille, I'm not a big fan of that.
It's weak.
In second place is the Mercedes-AMG. I think it's a really aggressive looking car. I love the swooping coupe body, the long bonnet and the aggressive nose. In first place though, the Aston Martin. I just love.
I love the
wide
back, though.
haunches,
It's
the
original.
tail spoiler, the wide side skirts, and that green paint is. Mwah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm glad that finally they're giving it some decent sized exhaust pipes, unlike the pre-facelift version. They're like pea shooters on that.
Pea
Now I'm going
shooters.
to brake test all these cars from 60 miles an hour, starting.
Oh, you really by yourself? That's crazy.
Cruising air, brake test. What did we get? 60 to 0.
Them tires is getting the use out of them. You see how soft they look?
What are we going to get? Not bad, 30 metres. Here we go. Oh, 29 metres. 31 metres. So the Porsche and the AMG were the best. They both stopped from 60 miles an hour in an impressive 29 metres. The BMW took 30 metres and the Aston Martin 31 metres. But how do these cars compare on the inside? In last place again, it's the BMW.
I'd do anything.
Surprise! We got a dog.
You did? Oh, new pet?
I'm about to watch through this ad, bro.
So to be
Some
fair,
stupid
this
shit.
car's going off sale this year because it's been around for so long. But the design just doesn't feel special enough for a top.
Like this design right here was like only for like the 8 series. I don't really like it because it looks like I don't really like it, bro. It just looks like they rushed this one compared to the other M interior. Like I don't even think they got a new M8 with the double screen yet. I don't even think they got that.
For the range coupe.
I don't even think they got that.
Quality is good though, and it does feel solid. And I do like the older iDrive infotainment system than the current version that you get in the very latest BMWs. Surprisingly, in third place is the Aston Martin, and that's a bit odd because
The screen is mad
the
low.
leather just feels nicer than any of the other cars. The switches,
You put some love into it.
solid metal feels expensive. So do these roller switches there, and this drive mode that just feels lovely. So the gear selectors. So I just don't get it. But there's just something about the design that I don't like that much. And then there's the digital driver's display. The graphics just seem a little bit out of focus. They're not, but it's something about it. It's just not super high def. Then there's the main infotainment system, which has the same kind of thing again. Like it needs to just be brighter and sharper, and it's just a little bit laggy. But you can understand that Aston Martin just doesn't have the money to spend on developing an infotainment system in the same way that BMW does. At least it's better than in the pre-facelift version of the Vantage, but yeah, it's still a little bit behind its key competitors. If you're wondering how we shoot the shots for the cutaways, we have someone, look, there's someone actually in the back. Yeah, there's no rear seats in this car, it's a bit of a pain, so he's having to do it through the boot. In second place is the AMG. I like the dash design.
Look how big that
vents.
the center console is. It's
I find
crazy.
the system quite easy to use. The location of it, you have to look slightly downward to view it. Digital dials, nice and clear. Like the graphics.
You can adjust it though,
Don't
no?
like the fact they haven't finished the instrument binnacle. Why did it stop there? But overall, really cool looking interior, and I like the fact that you can control the drive modes fully adjustably here by these buttons on the steering wheel. Shame about the touch sensitive steering wheel.
Such a nice steering wheel.
The Alcantara on the steering wheel makes up for that. Now, I will say one thing about this car, and it does have the cheapest feeling plastics out of all of the cars here.
Benz.
And wait a minute, what is this material? There. The best interior though is here.
Gotta be the Porsche, bro. That looks so good. Simple,
design, feels
complicated.
nice. Yeah, there are some cheap plasticky bits here and there.
Just looks good.
About the place, and yeah, I'm not sure about this little gear selector, which kind of reminds me of a little
Aston
I don't know
Martin.
why they just didn't have some buttons to press instead. But overall, very easy to use. Infotainment systems just nicely integrated into the dash, and it's intuitive and pretty slick. The digital dials, I know people are complaining that you don't get an analog rev counter anymore.
Who cares,
but
bro?
all the cars here have digital dials.
Who cares
and
about
these
that,
are
bro?
the best. It's just a really nicely, easy laid out interior that feels quality and looks sporty. Just fits you nicely. Now I want to compare a couple of the features of the cars to see if they feel premium. So I've got all the keys attached to my carabiner there. So let's first of all check out the key for the Mercedes. Quite like this key, quite nice. Now you have hands-free opening. I think you did this.
Oh, you gotta open it, yeah.
But the actual handle, I just hate the feel of that. It's just horrible. And then to shut it, you do that. There,
Benz went
this
cheaper,
way.
that's
Not
all.
the biggest fan. Let's check out the Aston Martin. Quite like the key, that looks nice and expensive. Ooh, it's got some glass on it. I don't like the door handles though. You have to press like that, then pull like that, and it's a bit...
You got the Tesla-like
like
doors,
finger.
door handles.
I expect the car to go... Anyway. Porsche, I like the look of the door handles, but I don't like how they feel. Sometimes
Ooh,
I
pull
tap
out.
my finger
That's
when I
kinda
release
fire.
it. See that there? I've done that before. I much prefer the handles on the GT cars because they don't have these new design handles. So look at the Porsche key. Yeah, it's the best key so far. It's the shape of the car, isn't it? Finally, we
Yeah.
get to the BMW. Let's have a look at its key. Where's its key? Where's the key for the BMW?
It's a card, isn't it? It's a card.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's the same old
It's a
one.
good key, but it's the best door. Yeah, that is the best handle. Really.
And the way it
like
sounds.
motoring journalism right there. Let me just get this on my carabiner. Ah. Anyway,
I didn't want to keep on looking at that.
one of these cars to muck about in. That was a bit poor. Initial bit of understeer. It does want to pull itself straight. Let's go the other way. Yeah, I'll do it. It was a bit messy, but it was fun. And that's the main thing. Good thing about this car, to drift it, you have a two-wheel drive mode.
Oh yeah, I forgot about BMWs. They could switch from all-wheel to rear-wheel. That's so fire. I think they're the only cars that can still do that too. It's crazy. Don't make no sense.
Let's not delaminate the tyres.
Like I don't understand why my
Drifting
joint.
in the AMG,
like-
pull up on both paddles, confirm drift
I don't
mode.
understand,
It's
bro.
like heavy car. Second gear or first? First.
Hmm.
Gives me the control.
I might gotta get a wire and just make it sit from the top so the mic can stay like this the whole time. Cause the mic is always facing upwards like this, and it barely gets my joint.
Really easy. Oh, listen to that.
So then I gotta sit mad close.
Oh, sounds wicked. So much fun. Oh, my favourite so far. Because the Aston Martin is rear wheel drive, it should be easy to drift without pressing any buttons there. You can control the traction control level. Got it all the way off for donuts.
However you go.
This must be a good one since that ad popped
Your
up, or a
AAA
very
membership
bad
is
one.
along for the ride. With Pro Plan Sport, incredible happens here.
Let's see what it's like. Is it going to be as beautiful as that AMG was?
Nope.
Spun round quicker. Seems to just want to change ends more than the AMG.
You understand it now.
I'm in, I've got it. I know it's easy. Let's go the other way. Save the tyres. Once you know what to do, it's easy. Now, one of the things about the new AMG GT is that they made it slightly longer so that they could fit back seats, but was it worth it? Let's find out. I'm going to get in with Rory. Rory's, are you over 6 foot, Rory?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 6'1".
6'1". Okay, so, oh dear. You're not going to like this much.
It's not good. That's for like kids, bro. The joint is for kids only, like little kids, bro.
Right, don't worry about that. We need people sat in the front seats to actually make it realistic.
Is this a joke?
This is real AMG life. Shut the door. Okay, get comfy, guys.
I'm actually okay, but I could go back a bit.
Okay, so my problem isn't necessarily knee room. I can live with that. The problem is the headroom, isn't it?
The headroom is for kids.
Headroom.
My problem is that the circulation to my legs has been cut off, so I may faint.
See, I've got short legs, so I'm okay, but yeah.
Damn,
Look at my head.
yo, that's for kids.
Is that really where the ceiling is?
That back seat is to put stuff in the back of for kids.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah, go. Do a brake test when you want to. Oh, that last bit was not good. How do you like your job?
I've become the chair.
Yeah, I become the chair.
Let's try the 911, famous for having back seats. It's a sports car that you can like excuse to your partner and go, well, do you know what, I know we've got kids, but this will still work with a family. Let's find out if that's true. Oh, the seat doesn't move forward, which is a bit crap. I can't be asked to, it just skips through. Oh.
That looks bigger than
It's
the.
worse than the AMG.
Head's a lot better.
Oh.
Legs is worse.
Legs
Oh,
are
okay.
definitely worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think when get in, Jack, on and get.
It's quite far back though.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you happy there?
This is my driving position, but
Okay.
I could go forward a
Can I give that to you, Nick?
Oh, this is gonna.
Nick, you're gonna have to get comfy. Sorry, he's gonna get as comfy as he can.
Nah, that's crazy.
And open the.
Go on, go back, Nick. You don't look comfy, Nick.
No, I'm gonna get kneecaps. I think.
Yeah, so go on, move backwards
Oh.
until you're in pain. How much can you take?
Oh no, that's yeah. There we go. That'll do. Thank you.
Alright.
That's fine.
I feel more like I'm pinned in here though.
Well, my face isn't in my crotch.
I don't know where to put my head.
Damn.
Maybe just there, like that. Right, we're gonna launch it.
Back seats are only for
What have you
kids.
done?
That's what it's showing right now. Only for
It's
kids.
alright.
Oh no. I forgot about the brake test. I forgot about that.
That's so unpleasant.
Do you know what? I've pulled a muscle.
Yeah. The back took a beating.
Oh no, this is right. Okay, let's do one more cut. Stop it! No, no.
Oh, the rib cage.
Right, last one, BMW. I've got a feeling this might be the, I don't want to say best, the least bad. Oh, it looks quite.
Yeah, that should be the
long
least
back
bad. It's
here.
long.
Headroom's limited. This is going to be the best.
Yeah.
Easy.
You can see that they gave some space right here for the head.
Hello. Although it's trapping my feet are well and truly trapped under
Right,
here.
there's no foot space.
There's no foot space. Ah,
I'm fine.
yeah, this is my
Yeah.
favourite so far.
Nick, are you okay?
Yep.
You alright there, Rory?
I'm the most comfortable I've been.
We're going to launch it.
They both got headroom.
It was definitely the
Get ready for the brake test.
Yeah, brace.
Brace, brace, brace. Oh, it's a win. It's a win for the
the most
BMW.
comfortable.
Definitely.
Most
Definitely
comfortable.
a win for the BMW. Well done, BMW.
done,
Do
BMW.
not drift it. Obviously, you want your sporty coupe to be practical, and these are sort of. So the Mercedes has hands-free tailgate opening. Look at that. And the boot capacity is 320 litres, which may not seem that big, but look, you've got a nice low cover, and if I press that, I can fold down the rear seats. Surprisingly practical. What do you
That
think?
practical.
Yep. The Aston Martin, well, you have to have someone opening the boot for you with the key. No hands free, but you have
that much.
150 litres of space, and apparently that's just wide enough to fit some golf clubs. And you can fold this. Why do they even bother with that? You can fold it down. Though I do like this umbrella. I might.
Oh, they got an umbrella?
That's very nice. Will it shut automatically?
No.
Yes. Look, brilliant. BMW. It has hands-free tailgate opening.
I go closer.
Hellman's real.
Gotta go closer.
Every dollop is so rich and creamy.
It's not as good as the Mercedes.
You gotta put your foot closer. Your foot was mad
But
far.
you have 420 litres.
And you can push the back seats out too.
And like with the AMG, you can fold down the rear seats. Though, they're so far in, I can't be bothered. Porsche, well, it's got the front boot, hasn't it? It's got 135 litres of space. But the advantage of that is, someone's left their cap in it. You can use it as a bathtub. I don't know what it is. I'm like a cat with boxes. Cats always get into boxes. Motoring journalists always get into front boots, don't they?
Get out of there, bro.
Which Porsche,
You know what I'm saying? Get out of there.
It's about emissions. Well, keeping emissions down while maximising performance. And my God, I'll tell you what it does. It gives this car the throttle response like I've not experienced in any
Like
other turbocharged car ever. It's all.
You already know how the Porsche drives,
The
bro.
first thing that you notice is this.
I've seen it in many videos.
Just the noise of that V8. I thought that Porsche sounded good, but no, this sounds way better. And what an engine. I love this engine. Whatever they put it in, it's just so good. A little bit of turbo lag compared to the Porsche with its clever hybrid system, but then it's absolutely on it. And the thing about this new GT compared to the old one, that was rear-wheel drive, this is four-wheel drive. Conditions like this, the old one would have been like, wheel spinning, traction control interfering. This, look, just hooks up. Whoa, you really have to hold on.
I love the seats in that car. It looks so good, bro.
You think, oh my God, it's going to be terrible. Weighs over 2 tons. It's almost 2 meters wide.
It's wide.
Actually, it doesn't feel intimidating and it doesn't feel overly heavy. Yeah, it does feel heavier than the Porsche, but road speeds just hides its mass so very well. And the steering's good. The suspension's really good. I've got it in its stiffest setting and it's not bobbling about. It's just going down the road really well, keeping the car nice and flat through the corners. And it does handle really well. Sharp turning and then so much traction. The punch from that engine, you can fly down the road in this. I should hate it compared to the old one, but I prefer it. I prefer it on the road at least. I like the seats as well, apart from one thing. The side bolsters, well, they grip you brilliantly. They extend quite far forward, so sometimes I end up bashing my elbows on them when I'm steering. Maybe I was just sitting too close to the wheel. Do you know what? I thought the visibility would be bad in this, but it's surprisingly good. The bonnet just extends so far ahead of you, and you got like these...
Like the Supra.
I imagine it's a bit like flying a BF 109. Makes a similar noise as well, thanks to its Daimler-Benz engine. I like this car. I think it's quite good for dailing as well. You can cruise about in it, slacken things off. It's not overly intrusive in time.
It's an eye catcher.
The same way that the Porsche is.
Eye
It's no
catcher.
S-Class, but it's not quite as noisy as the Porsche. I think this is the kind of car that will surprise most people. I mean, get it on track and the weight will go against it, but really, are you going to be driving one of these cars on track?
Yeah.
Once or twice maybe? But if you want a track car, this kind of money, just get yourself a GT3.
Might as well, same price.
Any of these. Tell you what, the brakes are so strong and they feel good. Gear shift, not quite as sharp as the Porsches, but blooming good nonetheless. And a nice jolt in between changes, which adds to the drama, which you don't get in the Porsche. Mercedes has done a good job on this. A really good job. Compared to the MG, the BMW feels more like a cruiser than a bruiser. There's just something a bit more GT-y about it than Focus sports car, especially when you compare it to the Porsche. Thing is though, the suspension doesn't feel quite as well judged as in the Mercedes nor the Porsche, just a little bit more jiggly, even in its comfort setting.
And maybe you already know what M8 do.
And it gets a little bit bouncy. Not terrible, just not quite as capable.
It's
Finally,
big and
the
doofy.
Aston Martin.
You already know what that may
This
do.
is the car that I'm being most cautious with because it has the most power and the least traction because it's rear wheel drive. And it does like to step on you.
220 on the dash.
Already, yeah, step in. Right from the get-go. Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! This is the one that you have to take the most care with. This is the one that does feel the most thrilling. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, we'll come to in a moment. But yeah, I'm
Thrilling means the most
quite hard about
unsafest.
what I'm doing
I'm jacking that.
while driving this car, especially in these conditions. First thing to note is I've got the car in individual mode, which allows me to configure it just as I want it. So that's everything in maximum attack apart from the suspension, which is in comfort, because quite frankly, the suspension in this just doesn't feel as good as in the other cars. Even in comfort mode, it's just shimmying and shaking and doesn't feel as planted or as tied down. And if you put it into sport, it just feels bouncier, no more composed. Do you know what? I can sense that Aston Martin just haven't been able to spend the money developing the suspension in terms of programming the dampers in the way that the German manufacturers have. You can tell they haven't got as deep pockets. While it feels the most expensive when it's stationary, it feels the least expensive when you're driving it. Same thing with the brakes. I mean, this one's on the optional carbons and they're like 10 grand extra, yet they just don't have the feel or the control as the other cars. Can't deny this has the performance though. Oh my god, once it's hooked up, this thing absolutely flies. This is the kind of car though that I think you might be buying it because you want the looks, but actually to live with you might find it a bit of a handful. You have to,
Yeah, you buy it if you really like Aston Martin, bro.
to be able to get the most out
Because
of
why
it.
buy something that's 200k when you can buy a Porsche that's like about what,
obvious.
50, 60k less?
Oh,
Does the
it
same
gets it
thing.
hard going though, that's for sure. The steering is better than in the BMW, but it still isn't quite as good as in the Porsche or the AMG. I don't think the gear shifts are as good as in the AMG either. What's interesting is the sound of it. It sounds quite nice and fruity, and occasionally you do get a pop and a bang from the exhaust, but it's completely unpredictable, unlike in the AMG, which in some ways is good because it keeps it a bit of a surprise, but in other ways it's a bit disappointing that it just doesn't seem quite as raucous as a result. Once you get past your initial fear with this car about it being rear-wheel drive, then you start to enjoy it. And I do prefer the feeling of a rear-wheel drive car. There's something pure about it. When you're feeling the back end squat and find traction, it's just so satisfying. As a result, this is definitely the kind of car that I would take out for a blast at the weekend. More so, I think, than the AMG. Definitely more so than the BMW. More than the Porsche? Probably not. Especially not with the rear drive version of the GTS. Still, I do like what Aston Martin have done with this car. It's fun. So where does that leave us? Well, the Aston Martin is the most expensive, but fortunately it also looks the most expensive. The Porsche has the nicest interior, in the front at least, but the BMW has the roomiest back seats and the biggest boot, so it's the most practical. The Mercedes has the best sounding engine.
I love the back though, they got
And
the
it
best.
drives nicely, but the Porsche inspires more confidence on twisty roads and is the quickest car here. So
So the
where
Porsche
does
is the
that leave
best.
us? In last place, it's the BMW. It's a good car, it just lacks that wow factor, which the Aston definitely has. But then so too does the AMG, and it's a better all-rounder than the Aston Martin. I'd rather put my money into this. However, the car that ticks the most boxes is the Porsche 911 GTS. This is a sports car you can buy with your head as well as your heart, and that's why it wins this test.
Alright, man. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that sub button, hit the sub button, man. You made it to the end. Subscribe.